Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. So for this week's review, we're going to be putting High Street and Highend to the test by putting two well-known brands head to head to see how well they compare. So these are two brow products that I've seen so much stuff about online recently. So I have here the Highend Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel, and then I also have the NYX Professional The Glue Brow Gel. So these are two different brands of brow gel that we're going to be putting to the test, both at very different price points but have the same end goal. I haven't tried either of these products before, but I'm excited to. I have two brow products here and two eyebrows, so obviously we're going to be putting this one on this brow and this one on that brow. Make sure if you haven't already that you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, as well as turn your notifications on to be told every time I post. What's the point of subscribing if you don't know when I post? Also, if you haven't already, follow my Instagram, Twitter and my TikTok to keep up to date with everything I'm doing. Without further ado, let's get on to testing these products. I don't know if you heard that, but dead heavy pigeon just jumped on the roof above my head. So we're going to be starting off with my left eye, which would be the right eye if you're looking at me that way and I'm looking at you this way. Anyway, this is the Anastasia Brow Freeze. The packaging for this is their standard, beautiful but simple packaging. This product usually retails for £23 in the UK, which is kind of pricey for a brow product, but it is Anastasia Beverly Hills and they are usually very good quality products. So you can see I've already put my little paw prints on that, but it is just a very nice, clear, crisp packaging, completely clear formula. Like honestly, it looks like there's nothing in there, but I promise you there is. Actually, this isn't a styling gel, it's a styling wax. No spray is required to activate this formula. I also just have here, oh, that's my hair. I have just a standard like basic spoolie for the week I decided that I was going to be doing brow treatments mobile. Look how that turned out, eh? So spoolie, product, just to prove there is product in there. Oh, that is pretty waxy. What a surprise. It reminds me of the hair gel that guys put in their hair to kind of like get the wet look, more like the slimy fuckboy look. Anyway, so quickly I'll just show you what my brow looked like before I used the product. They're pretty clean. They just have a little bit of makeup residue in there, but just brushing that away. And then I'm gonna be brushing up. Well, it's safe to say there is a definite difference between my brows right now. Look at that. That was really easy, like super easy. You could feel the product hardening. It wasn't like a surprise. Product is still quite shiny right now, which I assume means it's not completely set. So I'm gonna leave that to just settle down and do its thing right now, whilst I quickly tell you what I think about it. So super easy to use, great packaging. The product does what it says on the tin. It's very quick working. You can build it up super easy. Like I just kept brushing through, and the more product I added, the thicker it got and the more hole it had. Looking around my brows, because I have a mirror down here just so I can have a cheeky look, it hasn't ruined the makeup around my eyebrows, which is what I found when I was doing the soap brows with the Pairs like transparent soap that everybody was doing from TikTok. The thing I will say is that my brows look like super shiny now, and I kind of like them to look a bit more matte in my opinion. It's been probably about like 2 minutes since I finished applying it. It's still slightly tacky, even though it dries down and starts to harden fairly quickly. You can still kind of manipulate the brow hairs to do what you want to do. So I started with my technique. I brush everything up and out the further you get down to the tail of the brow, just so you get that kind of like fan effect. And then once I'm happy with the way that they look, you can either leave them where all the brows are stuck up like a laminated effect. I don't really like it that much just because they're a bit too wild for me. So I tend to kind of like brush the top of them just to kind of like smooth it out to keep it in relatively a brow shape. Still hasn't completely dried down, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because if you're kind of like trying to manipulate your brows into a certain way, that's perfect because you have bags and bags of time to kind of like faff around and do what you need to do. But for me, that worked really easy, really quickly, simple. That's all it was. It was simple, it was easy, it was straight to the point, and I liked that. So yeah, on the screen, this is the comparison of my brows, the brow that has the Anastasia Brow Freeze Wax, and then the brow that has absolutely nothing on it yet. You can definitely see there's a lot of lift. My brow looks higher, it looks thicker, it looks fuller. We're now going to test out the NYX product and see how it compares. This product retails for £6.50 in the UK. So this has the shade transparent. I don't know if that means that they're going to bring out like actual shades. The packaging for this is so cute. It kind of looks like a lip gloss, but obviously you aren't going to be putting this stuff on your lips. And it's got a tiny, cute, adorable little spoolie. But there are really no instructions on this either. One thing that sticks out straight away from the packaging, cross-contamination. But with the Anastasia Brow Freeze, you just kind of like put your spoolie into the product and grab some. You should be washing your spoolies in between. 1, to avoid product buildup, and 2, if there's any infections, you don't want to be rubbing that on your skin. You're brushing that through your brows and then you're popping it back in. You've then instantly contaminated that whole tube, but also actual brow hairs could be going into that and floating around. This may not be the same, we're just gonna go with it. Okay. Interesting. So the NYX Brow Glue is not as strong of a formula as the Anastasia Brow Freeze. However, I do kind of love it. It had a different finish to it, which I actually kind of prefer. I did have to dip in a couple of times to the tube just to get a bit more product to get the desired effect that I wanted for my brow. Both brows look a lot more lifted. However, this one looks a bit more tame, and I kind of prefer the way this looks. I like the shape and size of the wand that is in this tube. It's really small, so you can get very nice and precise into the front brow without kind of like disturbing the makeup on your face. You can get right into the front of your brow without disturbing the makeup. Same with the tail of my brow. No makeup was harmed on this side of my face during the application of this product. On this side, there is a little bit more residue around my brow. Also, the product on the NYX side is a lot more kind of like matte and just brow-like. I don't really like the shininess that the wax has given to my brow on the Anastasia side. This looks more brow-like and a bit more natural, whereas on this side, I like the wax, I like the firmness and the hold of this product. I just don't like the finish as much. It all depends on what kind of brow you're going for. I don't know, I thought maybe I'd have like a definitive answer on which one I prefer. There's pros and cons to both. Pros for the Anastasia, I like the thickness of the formula. It doesn't dry too quickly, so you can work with it and build it up as much as you want to. It doesn't disturb too much of the product around your brows or underneath your brows. The contamination part of the using a spoolie rather than one that is attached to it, great, because you can wash it in between and there is no problem of infection unless you are double dipping. The size of the brush, I mean, you could get a smaller spoolie to apply this product with if that is what you're looking for. You know, I only made that comparison just because this does have a smaller one and I used a bigger one. Now that my brows have dried a bit more on the Anastasia side, you can see a little bit of product buildup that just kind of like congealed slightly, so it does look a little bit soapy, claggy. Is claggy a good word? Whereas on the NYX side, that is not the case. It is completely smooth from what I can see. There is no kind of like clumpiness of product, but it's just not as strong of a hold. I think if you were to try and get this effect with this product, you would need to use a lot more, and you'd have to risk using too much product to get the effect you want. Did I hear a Kevin? Guys, look who it is! It's Mr. Kevster. He woke up ready to do the outro. Okay, you guys, so that was my video comparing high-end versus high street, putting the Anastasia Brow Freeze and the NYX Brow Glue to the test. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up so I know. We will leave links in the description to both of these products if you want to try them out for yourself. Let me know in the comments what you thought and which one you preferred. Everybody has an opinion and everyone's entitled to their opinions as well. So let me know which one you preferred. If you haven't already and you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn your notifications on to be told every time we post. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to follow me on my Instagram, Twitter and my TikTok to keep up to date with everything I'm doing. You never know, there might be some sneaky peekies of Kevstar on there. He is really the star of this channel, aren't you, Bubba? Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye guys. See you, bye Kevin. Bye. Bye-bye.